Hello my friends, Northside here, welcome to my channel. First and foremost, thank you for the support on the 10,000 subscribers video. I said everything I had to say, so I will not linger and stay on that topic. This will not be a nice video, maybe a little humor, but mostly I just couldn't keep it in myself to actually I had to reflect on what they did with module 16 and 17 and what they did with this game. The roots of that problems are going much further, even before mod 6.6 maybe. However, I do have to say that this will be a twofold video. I am not promoting Elder Scrolls Online. I am just going to show you what was taken from us, even though you know that already. So before we start, I would like to answer several users that, I don't know, had the audacity to come on my channel and like insult me to the matter that I should adjust. Well, let me tell you, my friends, or foes. However, I don't have foes. Either I like or don't. I was adjusting for 16 modules. If I adjusted more, I don't know what would happen with me. I would probably walk backwards. So don't come to me as a veteran player who went through so much and tell me to adjust. There's some things you can adjust, and there's some things you can just dump in the trash and let it burn. And that's exactly what's happening with Neverwinter at the moment. Yeah, that is what is happening. They left us, they took away everything from us, everything we liked. I can agree that to the certain matter, the debuffs and buffs were out of control, that lifesteal was out of control. But instead of devising a plan, and they said they did it for a year, devising something that would benefit and be acceptable to the majority of the player, because you can't make everybody happy, right guys? You know, but let's find some middle ground. No, they just said fuck you, and there will be a lot of fuck yous, so keep your kids out of this video. They said fuck you, we're gonna take everything, rework the entire game, 6-year-old game, and left you with 10 feats, no lifesteal, no self-healing, classes disbalanced even to this day. I mean, just look what's happening on the live server currently. We have such disbalance, and I will get to that also. I'm gonna reflect on the trial. I have a lot of things to say about that trial, and many of you won't like it, but I will try to keep an argument, because you know, if you don't have an argument, don't even start talking to me. You know, if we have an argument, we can debate about it. So all in all, we have a total mess. Now also I would like to say that I'm trying to focus here. I'm sorry, I already mentioned my memory is a little bit off. I have to say that if you like something, if you're enjoying something, do it. So I'm not looking down on people who are still basically playing Neverwinter. You know, they're holding on. Some of them are holding on. Some of them are still part of the communities, which you know, there's a lot of friends there. It's hard to let go, but at the end of the day, so you guys who are you're gonna come and judge me, don't. I never look down on people unless I'm helping them up, and I proved that many times in life and in Neverwinter, and I will do it regardless in any aspect of life. You know, it's the easiest way to look down on people. So I'm not looking down on you or feel pity. If it makes you happy, do it. Play the game. If you like those 3 encounters you have in 10 feats, but you know it's a gameplay issue, do it. You know, adjust. I couldn't. Majority of my veteran friends and players couldn't, and we refused to adjust to something. The idea of one man that took him over a year to come up with this, that presented us with module 16, and not only that, they even let Asterdahl classes to go properly on live, and now we have wizards, rogues, overperforming. The entire formula is fucked up, and I think I don't wish anybody to lose his job. I'm a highly empathetic person, but somebody has to take accountability for what this company is doing to their players. You know, have they no shame? Their Q&A just sucks. I know I made a video about this already, but this video is, like I said, try to stay to the end of the video so you can get my point. This is just an intro. They can smirk on their stream and say that they love the game, and you know, when I see Mr. Foss doing that, it just makes me want to puke in my mouth a little bit, you know, because it's just about the money. It's the money. They don't have a shame problem or a morality problem to ask for $200 for a pack, mod 16 pack, I think, or mod 15, the Tutsan one. You know, they didn't have a problem with that. $200, $150. Now I understand it's a free-to-play game. Sorry. Excuse me. They don't have a problem with that. I personally, I'm going to disclose, I was supporting this company financially for over 5 years. $10 here, $20 there, some VIP. You know, I loved the game. I love what it was. I had the privilege. I consider myself being privileged to be a part of a peak of this game when the TeamSpeak servers were full. Whenever you logged on, everything was, people were there, happy to see you. Things were organizing. You know, we were planning ahead for days. Dungeon delves. Hey, my friend missing avatar of war piece. Hey, my friend is missing something from old Spellplay caverns. Hey, my friend, you know, I gotta complete the set. And this is also about the sets, by the way, and how they make rendering obsolete mod by mod gear, and I will show you how in this game that doesn't work like that to the certain measure. Now reminder, this game is not perfect. Nothing is perfect in life, you know, but especially in the gaming business. But what's happening here now is that I went from full enjoying even PvP that they are trying to revive now. Why? The biggest PvP are gone. How can you revive PvP when we waited 6 years for one new map, guys? 6 years for one new map. I'm just gonna let you a few seconds to reflect on that. And then Thomas Foss comes on a stream. Hey, we got a new PvP map. 6 years we were begging them. We were begging them to do it, guys. Well, we didn't mind. We had fun. PvP was awesome. We had major guilds, 10 versus 10, coordinated syncs, premates. All those people are now, 90% of them, gone. Some of the best players, good people. And who are to blame but Cryptic? but the management. I'm not blaming the developers. They're doing what they're being told to do. This is why I'm focusing mostly on Thomas Foss and when mostly about this change since mod 15 when they took away everything. I personally like. I'm not gonna say about other people. I love the combat system. I love self buffing. I loved. I love the rotations. I love the builds. I love the feat trees. All gone. All gone. I'm not gonna split the screen now and show you. I'm not gonna split the screen and show you how it looks like now, but in a way, you know, you guys play Neverwinter, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah? So, I was in close beta for mod 16. I was shocked. I was shocked. Even then, I knew I couldn't adjust to that. There has to be certain limits. It is just it started. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, so I am not begging you. I'm asking you to stay to the end, because I'm really pouring my true emotions here. What they did to one of the best D&D MMOs, and probably the only one, and it's all Mr. Foss's fault. And I think I have an idea why they are doing it. You know, they're trying to milk enough money from Neverwinter. The moment the Magic the Gathering, everything, all resources are put into Magic the Gathering, and Magic the Gathering, I am very afraid, because it's the same publisher that it's a very popular franchise, very popular name, huge audience. I'm so afraid they're gonna fuck it up. I'm gonna be covering it up, but make no mistake about it. I will try it out. Me and my friends will come, but you know, I can't tell the future. I can only hope for the best. Okay, so mod 16 came. You open your tune. You see what's going on. You open your feats are gone. Your passives are gone. Everything is gone. And you know what? People are just trying to convince me that this is good for the game, you know? Especially I'm disappointed in some veteran players. I'm not gonna name anybody. I'm not gonna name anybody. I'm just gonna move a little bit over here because somebody is. This is our house, guild house, where we have training dummies and whatnot. The thing is, probably, I'm not saying, there will be, I have, you know, I like to hope that everything is gonna be okay with Magic the Gathering, but I don't think it's gonna be much different, but Neverwinter. So, I digressed. You know, when the mod 16, I was under NDA, when mod 16 launched, people couldn't believe what was going on, and I am very disappointed. I can understand some Timmies, as Garlangs like to call them, you know, coming to the channel and going and white knighting on forums. You can't adjust, you're this and that. Oh, bitch, please hold my beer, man. Hold my beer. I was running 2 hours PvP matches. I was farming gear. I was doing things you can't even imagine. You cannot even imagine. This is not a cocky thing. I'm not showing off. It's just a veteran thing. I was a part of something big, and that was taken from us, and it never came back. This video is actually triggered by Dreadvault run I did the other day. It reminded me how beautiful this game was. How beautiful Neverwinter was. How I fought Karundaks for an hour and a half, and the excitement and the rush when you are rolling for a very expensive piece of gear, or if or are you gonna get it from the chest when things were bind and equipped then, and you could sell them. Of course, in the new trial now you can sell the rings for that. Who cares? You can get an ebonized ring for Master Expedition, 3% damage. You don't need that many stats. Do you really think? They made a statement in the. They made a statement that actually the new weapons, Lionheart weapons, are gonna stay best in slot for a while. I don't believe it, because it's maybe the bonus will stay the same, but the base damage is not gonna stay the same. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. People make mistakes, but that's from the experience. Or even they will have a better bonus with the same base damage, or even higher base damage, lousier bonus. I just lost trust in them. That's it. And I want these people. I am the voice of the players. That's how some people call me. I do want to express my opinions. I have a right to do it, and this is a direct message to Cryptic to get. I mean, I would say get your shit together, but that train is long gone. That train is long gone, and the moment you rework the game, 6-year-old game, you fucked up. You fucked up, and now I have people coming and saying this is going to be good for the game, and this is going to be this and that. No, it's not. No, it's not. Don't tell me that waiting for a 15-second encounter, removing the feat trees, removing stuff that I'm going to show you in a couple of minutes is good for the game. Not to mention the content, lack of it. How fun is it to run so many Master Expeditions? I mean, they can shovel out so many companion gear. They can just, their RNG is brutal. It is brutal. It is absolute torture. Sure, some people are lucky. Sorry about that. I do apologize about coughing. Anyway, I'm going to now reflect on the trial. Okay, the trial, if you consider it a trial, they call it an experiment. Okay, so what they basically did, they put 20 I don't know, 20 different mechanics, old, and added some news. Chantel added new ones and somewhat. However, stuff it in one room, and you beat up on an old man. I watched Tardley stream over and over and over and over and over again, and I just got bored to death. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you never run even a normal or a veteran trial in a true MMO, let's say Elder Scrolls Online, everybody gets something. You want to see? Let me show you. This is my Nightblade. It is a stamina Nightblade. You could call it TR of Neverwinter. So let me show you what I'm saying. Nowadays, you go into the trial, normal trial. There's a lot of people playing this game, and absolutely, when you enter the trial, they're bragging about their mechanics. You stuffed 20 mechanics into 2 platforms. And I'm gonna tell you, when you're running a serious trial where you're killing dragons, where you got serious DPS checks, even if you're running a normal trial, let me show you how the best in slot weapons look. This is a Locust's dagger that I got it from a Sunspire normal version. Look at this. It is a part of a Locust set, 5 out of 5 items. Remember that. Remember when we had those old items in the game? 2 items add 129 weapon damage. 3 items gain minor slayer at all times, increasing your damage done to dungeon trial and arena monsters by 5%. So it's a constant 5%. 4 items adds more weapon damage. 5 items, when you activate a synergy, gain major slayer for 15-second. Synergy is something when your partner, basically you press X and you activate a certain ability, you are increasing damage done to dungeon and trial monsters by 15%. So this is 20% more damage just from this. This is a X, as you can see, and I'm using a bow. I don't have a maelstrom bow yet, but it doesn't really matter. This is the jewelry, for example. Look at this. This is amulet, lockested rings. They're not perfected. The perfected versions, even if you don't get them, they only give you a little bit more weapon damage or stamina. So they're not going to really give you that much edge, you know. So you can change the trait on these rings. For example, mine is bloodthirsty. Increases damage against enemies under 25% health by 10%. Same goes for the other ring and the necklace. That is 30%, 5%, 35%, and 15% when you activate the synergy. Yeah, that's how you do it, and it's not even that hard to get. The only problem is to get the right trait. This is Near Horde, increases damage of this weapon by 15%. You need to get the geodes for that, to run. There is always something to do in this game. Not just run to couple of whatever you want to call them, expeditions and pray to gods. You're gonna get something good out of it. This one is precise. Increase weapon and spell critical by 3.5%. And you can see I have weapon enchantments. It's called poison weapon enchantment. It's suppressed by a poison. I can actually get damage health poison because I'm using a lot of dots. Where are the dots in Neverwinter? Where are the dots? Yeah, it's a rhetorical question. Deals poison damage. Deals poison damage. If I remove it, my poison weapon enchant will do 1.6 poison damage, and my absorb stamina enchantment will deal physical damage and restore stamina because I am dependent on stamina to do much more hits. Remember that? Yeah. Yeah, this is the problem we're having. And you're going into when you go into a normal trial, and there's a lot of trials in this game, and every trial is giving, for example, this is a Reworking set. Let's take a look at the Reworking set. What you want is to, depending on what class you're playing and on what you are dependent on, divines is the one you want. Increases Mundus Stone effect by 7.5%. times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If your Mundus Stone is actually, you can choose one Mundus Stone, it increases your critical damage by 19%. Now, it can take a couple of runs to do it, but people are very nice. They will trade you if they don't need it. Now, Reworking is coming from another trial. So you have incentive even to help your friends because it's tradable between players. Trial gear is tradable, not sellable. Not sellable. Okay. Also, so this is one set. Second set, Maelstrom bow will come. Bow is for buffing. It's a part of a Briarheart set. Now a Briarheart set has been around for a while. It's been around for a while. I don't have it on this tune, but I can read you what it does. Weapon critical, 3 maximum stamina. Weapon critical. When you deal critical damage, you have a 10% chance to increase your weapon damage by 450 for 10 seconds. While this effect is active, your critical strike heals you for 609 health. These effects can occur every 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So, and also this is a monster set. There's a lot of monster set. This is a valid red I'm using. As you can see, it's a part of one of two items. And we will go to the dummy. I will show you how it works. It gives weapon damage. And when you deal damage, you have 20% chance to spawn 3 disease spores in front of you that deals disease damage to the first enemy they hit. The effect can occur only every 9 seconds. It procs a lot. It procs a lot. And all of this I showed you now was taken away from us from Neverwinter. Look at the skill tree of this game. Look at this. Ultimate abilities, active abilities. You can morph the abilities. Every ability is here for something. Everything. Passives. Increase your weapon damage while you're sneaking. I can't read everything, it's just gonna take too long. Increases weapon and spell critical for assassination ability slotted. This is assassin blade. Assassination ability. Hemorrhage. Increase your critical damage by 10% while an assassination ability slotted. Look how many diversity is here. Shadow. Siphoning. This is resolving vigor. Look at this. You can see on the left side, it's very, very important, you know. So look at this skill tree. This is a weapon. You can use two-handed, one-handed, dual wield that I'm using. You can lacerate, you can do rapid strikes, you can do AoEs, passives, slaughter, increases damage with dual wield abilities 20% against enemies with under 25% health. Add that to all that I showed you before. This is how a serious game should look like. Look at this. Naturally I didn't unlock everything, but I'm just using what I'm using, okay? And to top it all up, Mr. Foss, you left us with how many passives and 10 feats? This is called champion points. Every ability I'm using has something to do with this. Let's take ritual for example. Precise strikes. Increase critical damage and critical healing. Yeah, with stamina ability 16%. Piercing, armor penetration if you will. Thaumaturge, increase your damage done with damage over time effects. So you can make your builds effectively, and when you go into a serious combat you have to use your brain, not just stand there, pop an artifact, swarm, and just pop those 3 encounters. You ruined Neverwinter, and this will be your demise. This has nothing to do with Elder Scrolls Online. This is mighty. Increases your physical poison and disease damage by 10%, for example. I have a lot of physical poison and disease damage. As dot. Last stand. When you fall below 20% health, you gain major heroism, granting 3 ultimate every 1.5. It's like 3 daily abilities. You know. You put the enemy out of balance. 10% damage done. Perfect strike. Increase weapon critical by 9. Opportunist. When you interrupt an enemy, your next physical damage ability used within 7 seconds. This deals 15% additional damage. Look at just all this variety. This is a variety. This is what you want. This is what you want to experiment with. This is man-at-arms. Increases your damage with direct damage attacks by 17.7%. This is a direct damage attack. direct damage attack, stuff like that. So I'm gonna find a dummy that is not actually okay, somebody's practicing over there. This is a very hard dummy. It's a trial dummy, and I'm gonna show you the rotation. And for those who said learn to move from the red, you have no idea how much work and how much brain work needs to be done and reflexes to actually complete a veteran dungeon or a veteran trial or even a DLC dungeon, you know. Yeah, you just took away everything from us. It was decent, it wasn't perfect, but it was playable and it was nice. And you know what bothers me the most is that you actually are saying that this is actually good for the game, and that your servers couldn't handle the load. You're a multi-million dollar company. Why didn't you ask for it? I mean, it's a business. Maybe they gave you 50% and said, hey, fuck you, you're not giving the numbers. But that's not our problem. You don't have a problem taking $200 from us for a pack with a couple of cold words and a Mickey Mouse mount. You're a bunch of hypocrites. You're a bunch of hypocrites. Yeah. So this is just a portion of how a game should look like, whether you like ESO or not, whether you like combat system or not. It doesn't matter. I love it. I love it. It's been 5 months. I'm destroying stuff. I'm learning to play, and it's enjoyable. I'm like, you know, combining stuff. Also searching Alka's guides, trying to make a variation of his guides and sign-out guides and stuff like that. But point being, you know, your justification of Tower of the Mad Mage that the end game players have something to do is not drinking water for me. I'm sorry, it is not. When I'm going through a trial, every pack of mobs had to be managed. Mechanics. Yeah, mobs. Heals, DPS, tank needs to take the aggro or we're gonna get wiped. Positioning. Then we get to the other pack, and then we get to the boss. Tank dies. We all dies. We all die. If we're lucky, we won't die. You know. So just you have to understand that the trial should be they call it an experiment, you know. You know, I mean I think visually trial is nice, but the trials I'm running, and I can't compare Bethesda to Cryptic. I really can't. Don't get me wrong. You put it in the comment section what you think, but come on, guys. Don't sugarcoat stuff, and don't say the game is thriving. You are fucking killing the game. It is not my problem anymore. I promised I will do the content for mod 18, mod 19 until they pull the plug for my subs. I don't give a fuck about what they do or what their new content will be. However, you have to understand that the you know, dropping a bone to 1 or 2% of people is not gonna cut it. A little too late, man. A little too late, buddy. A little too late to Mr. Foss. How long we begged you for stuff? How long? And you just keep taking away and taking away and taking away, and now you go on that stream, that pathetic stream, and say we are so happy and proud and excited about the new trial. Kudos to Lassor and other guys who were a part of it. I know they're working with what they got. This is directly directed to Mr. Foss and the upper management. Shame on you. Shame on you all. Yeah, shame on you all. How many runs are people gonna have to scroll fast until they get the rings they want? Why or a weapon? I can prove you now that with that weapon you can easily with the older weapon, with the watcher set, you can do it effectively. You know, maybe not the tom, but other content. What's left of content, couple of caves, and that you know, layer of the mad mage. I mean, I'm sorry. I really, I am an emotional guy. I got upset, you know, and I have to say this. I have to say that I waited a couple of months to make this video to show you the difference, the how different it is when you have so many things to do, so many things. Recovery is here. You know, scaling is properly done in this game. I'm not even gonna go into scaling. That video is done. I'm just, you know, I feel bad because I really love this game. Now, it may sound corny, but in all honesty, you know, it was a part of my life for 6 years. And that's a lot of time. And at the end of the day, it's their game. They can do whatever the fuck they want. But now they were gonna have to deal with the repercussions. Their numbers are low, and having a few shills that are making stupid, non-informative videos and making stupid jokes and promoting them, like, you know, that's not gonna save your game, and it's not gonna pull back new players. No, it's not. We all know what's coming. Magic the Gathering is coming at the end of this year, and then you're gonna see a drop in numbers. Everybody's gonna switch there, and that's it. So rotations, just to show you how it works. Self buff yourself. Some rearming trap. Drop a potion. Use blessed shards. Heal a little bit if he hits you. Again, rinse, repeat. Now imagine all this if you have to move a lot. This is a static dummy. This is a static dummy. So many things going on, so many things you can change to self-heal, so many things from Fighters Guild, Thieves Guild, Undaunted. Look at it on Undaunted. Activate an ally synergy, restore 4% of your maximum health, stamina, and magicka. You know, everything works so good. It is far from perfect, as I said, but it is how it is. Now we're gonna wrap the video up. I think I said everything I have to say. I did wanted to address a few veteran players who are that green thing you saw was my my monster set. I did wanted to address a few veteran players who are kind of, you know, praising this trial to the heavens, but I won't. Some of them are my friends, but most of them are not. Yeah, you're not. You're not. You're just looking for an excuse to hold on, and that's it. So thank you for watching, guys. A little longer video. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section. This is just a preview and some reflection on what was taken from us, and where I found something I like, I can work on. I am always busy, and I hope you like our house. This is just one of our houses, more of a castle if you wish. So I will see you soon. I'm going to upload this video. Thank you for the support. You can expect, as you can see, I broke 600 CP, maximum is 810. Soon I will show you how much I progressed. I will show you a solo dungeon, yes, and Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. You guys are great. Massive support even though I merged into another game, and I do apologize if I offended somebody, but this is my opinion and my opinion only, and if I respect yours, I only ask something back in return, you know. Thank you, and bye bye.